Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So the long-awaited, I guess, first impressions review of Black Desert is finally here. Now, please note there's a couple of things I want to state. Number one, this is the Korean open beta. We don't have a Western release until like 2016. Number two, I'm using a Google translated English patch, meaning you still can't really understand half the things that are being said. Number three, I have about a 150 to 200 ping, possibly more. I can't really see it specifically. Number five, I only have about 3 hours of gameplay on here. So what I'm telling you is a very, very actual first impressions. Number six, my computer cannot really run the game at the moment. The game is actually very optimized. Aside from certain towns, there's some issues, but I haven't really gone through at the moment to, look up sub-programs and add-ons to help enhance that, with the lag and etc. So, with all that knocked out of the way, let's go ahead and tell you guys my thoughts on the game. So, really fast, let me just log into my character here. I've got positive and I've got negative feedback. As always, I don't lie about anything. I don't sugarcoat things. I tell you guys the truth that I think of right now. So first off, if you guys are gonna ask me if the game is pay to win, do you read Korean? There you go. There's your answer. All right. So let's go ahead and log in here really fast. Let's go to channel 1. I am a level 20 sorcerer on this character. Let's connect. And let me show you guys some stuff. Okay, so this is the loading screen. I'm not running this on my SSD either, so I am going to have a bit of loading time. There's not really any loading time in the game, though. So I also want to state that I'm running right now in the most minimum settings I can run in. I should be building a computer here hopefully in the next month, and then I can run this game on max, assuming I play till that far. I don't know exactly how long I'm going to play the game at the moment, but so for me, just a little bit about me that I'll tell you guys is my most hated time while playing an MMO is the start. For some reason, I never have fun. The only two MMOs I can think of off the top of my head that I enjoyed the leveling phase, the beginning part, has been Terra and Rift. Those are the two games I always got excited for. I don't know why. Other than that, I just usually hate the beginning part of every game. So here's the start. You can see the graphics here are obviously shit. I can try to turn them up, but it's gonna be really bad if I do. But for the sake of the video, we're gonna put shit up to high, alright boys? So this is gonna fucking kill my computer here. Now let's not touch anything for 5 minutes while it loads all this information. So far, let's talk about some things that the game has built in that other games do not. So first off, there is horse breeding. I haven't really gotten into the sandbox feature yet of the game. I've mainly just gotten into the actual combat. So you have like horse breeding and stuff, and a lot of stuff is really realistic, meaning you can't AoE loot, which normally I wouldn't mind that you couldn't AoE loot, but the problem with not being able to AoE loot, I think I just hit escape instead of apply. Fudge. So the problem with not being able to AoE loot is the game centers around AoE mobbing because it's a Korean game. So let's try to do this again. Because the game revolves around what's the word I'm looking for? AoE killing, like mobbing and grouping. I feel that maybe AoE loot should be there, although there are pets you can get to loot for you every couple of seconds. So I still don't know. I'm brand new into the game. Okay, so the style of the game, first off, for people who don't know, is it's a true action combat game, meaning you can physically dodge abilities to my knowledge. Like, for example, I think I have, is it this? I forgot. I forgot all my combos already. I think it was shift, isn't it? No? Guess. Rip. Okay, I already forgot. So the style is going to work like this. You've got your skill book if you hit K, and it kind of looks like, it feels like Vindictus in a way. You could essentially max out everything on your character. So it starts, you have C rank, B rank, A rank, and then other. And then you have your actual skills here that you can learn, which is just the same thing tied in here. You have combos on your character, but your combos can also be replaced with hotkeys. I don't know 100% how it works yet. But like, for example, this skill, Night Scream, the combo, if you look at it, is to use left and shift, but you can also drag it and put it on a hotkey to do it for you. So it's kind of, I'm still learning, like I said, about a lot of the stuff in it, but it's pretty neat as of right now. So this is kind of like a melee mage in a way. It's not a wizard, it's a sorcerer. I use mana, so I have mana generators, I have mana spenders, I have melee abilities, I have ranged abilities, I have gap closers, and you also have, one cool thing I like about this game is you have back damage. I think if you hit from behind, you deal 1.5 times the damage. Additionally, you have increased critical strike chance. I could totally be wrong on that part. This is just what I've been informed of. So, if I try to show you guys some content and gameplay of me actually fighting, it's going to be really easy because I have not found anything hard yet with the game in terms of mobs. The questing is really cool, so this might turn some people off. You can auto-run to anywhere that you would like, and I really like that feature. I love being able to auto-run. If you get a quest, you can click it, you can auto-run to where you need to go. I'm a big fan of it because when you're auto-running, you can always just open up your skill book, you can learn, you can research, you can look at your inventory, you can change whatever you want. As it is being, you know, a Korean game, the inventory sucks ass. You know, while you're just questing, your inventory does fill up and gets maxed out, which is a pain in the ass because you don't really know what to drop. However, there's something really cool about this game that I really like. So one of the features, one of my favorite features of the game right now, and I don't know too much about this still, but the auction house has a limited, like a minimum and a maximum for every item. Meaning items can never be too expensive and never be too cheap, if that makes sense. So, like, I guess everything already has a preset price in a way, and because of the preset price, you could never buy everything out and then resell it for higher. Because essentially, you supposedly you'd be losing gold or something. Okay, so let's just try to... Now, these targets are green, so I think that they are lower level than me. I don't know how low level, but I know they're... That guy's red. I don't know what red means. Let's do it. Let's kill a red. So... To me, the combat does feel smooth. It feels clunky. I want to say it's because of the pinging, because I don't really know what the hell I'm doing with my character yet. Because there's just so many skills. Like, I'm not gonna say there's so many skills, just there's, you're just given a bunch of combos at the start of the game, and it's overwhelming because you don't know what combo to use for what reason. You don't know what's your single target, what's really your main AoE. There's just a lot of things to learn. But that's, you know, that's the beginning of every game. You have to learn, you know, what you want to use for what, and it's just, you know, really trying to figure some stuff out. Alright, so, you've got a couple things here. Like I said, how it's like Vindictus, if anyone is familiar with that. You earn, what is it called here? You earn, skill points from grinding, or maybe doing quests and whatnot, but your skill points keep going up, and you keep grinding your skill points, so that's why you could potentially max everything on your character. One thing I don't like, this is just a personal peeve with me, I don't like that you can't see damage text in an MMORPG. I'm a fan of seeing damage text in MMOs. In ARPGs, I understand why, you know, it's not always there. But in MMORPGs, I like seeing damage text. So that's unfortunately not in the game at this current point in time. Another thing that is not necessarily bad... I don't know if this is too loud or not, so I'm trying not to talk too much when the combat's going. But something that's not necessarily bad, but is just confusing at the start. And remember, a lot of this stuff isn't really explained because I'm playing on a Korean server. Is when you start fighting a mob for the first time, you can see they have a health bar. But if you haven't killed the monster enough times, essentially, the more you kill a monster, the more you learn about the monster. So the first time you fight a mob or you fight a boss and whatnot, you actually can't, you don't know their health bar doesn't go down. It just goes down in increments. So say the boss has like 7 tiers of health. The health bar will diminish whenever it goes down a tier, but you can't see the exact increments until you actually have enough research on that monster to see how far down the health has. So if you guys want to see the delay I have at the moment, I live in Dallas. I'm going to go ahead and hit a mob and just wait to see how long it takes for the damage to register. Now it goes. So I really don't have that bad of a delay on the server by any means. Of course, I would feel it, you know, when I'm trying to combo in PvP, but in terms of just regular PvE content, it seems pretty fine. So, like I said, for me, the most important thing is definitely, 100% the most important thing is definitely the combat in a game. You know, no matter what you do, you're gonna do combat, especially because I believe Black Desert is open world in the sense of Arcade, where you can fight anywhere. I could be wrong on that again. This is just what people have told me. Combat is going to be influenced when you're grinding, when you're farming, when you're doing world bosses, when you're PvPing, when you're PvEing. It's everywhere. If the game doesn't have good combat, you can't really play the game, in my opinion. That's the center of everything. I have to say, I like this combat a lot. It still feels a little clunky for me because I don't really understand too much and because I do have a delay, but the combat does feel fluid. You know, you have the ability to dodge attacks, you have the ability to group up mobs in AoE, and it doesn't feel clunky, and that's a big selling point for me. That's one thing I really like. So that's pretty much it for everything right now. Like I said, I will give much more detailed information when I actually have detailed information to provide to you guys. If you guys have any questions, you know, you can go ahead and you can post them down below. Just note that if you want to play on this version that I'm playing on now, there's a Korean version, there's a Japanese version. Japanese version is behind in patches, it's like 3 months behind. Additionally, you need to use a VPN to connect through it. With the Korean one, you do not have to do it. However, you do have to go through a bit of a tedious process to get it set up. And you need to purchase an account because you need a Korean social security number, which you can purchase for about $10 off of a third-party website that will create the account for you that is legitimate. Well, as legitimate as you could get, I guess you could say. But yeah, as this game is Korean also, it's heavily influenced on grinding. Whenever you level up, you see this little black guy following me? I think it's him. He'll pop up and he'll grant you quests as well, and you can just do them just open world grinding. So you have like that sort of questing, and then you have actual like walking around the map questing and whatnot. But I'm pretty happy. The game isn't like holy shit wowing me yet. You know, like I said, I don't really know much about the game yet, and I do have to get into it, which is the hardest part for me. But I'm also really looking forward to testing out Tree of Savior. But this is cool because I get to play this now in my spare time. You know, I get to watch this game grow on the Korean servers, and yeah, you know, it's not bad at all for right now. It's just the tedious learning process. That's pretty much it. I also don't think there's a lock-on feature, which is neat. That's cool. But I don't like how easy everything is. People said when about level 30, the game will get a bit more difficult. And I do have one ranged ability that I can show you guys. It's actually really mad. Let's target this guy here with it. Boom! You like that one shot? A little OP man. Yeah, you can see the damage of your abilities in here. It tells you. But you know, like I said, that's it. If you guys have any questions, of course, you guys let me know. Leave them in the description down below. I don't know how loud the combat is. I did lower it before, but maybe it wasn't enough. So hope you guys have a wonderful time. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Take care, everybody.